And now to something equally, if not more disturbing. Reports have surfaced that the Islamic State has issued an order to kill disabled children, as well as those with Down syndrome and congenital deformities. This according to the Iraqi watchdog, the Mosul Eye. The group said 38 babies born with disabilities have been killed either by lethal injection or by suffocation. The victims were aged between 1 week and 3 months. And joining us now in the studio to discuss this in greater detail is I-24 News web editor Anna Aronheim. Anna, good evening.
Good evening.
This is just another reminder of the IS's continued brutality. And of course, it also reminds us of far darker times in history where children were being sacrificed if they couldn't contribute to the military needs of a certain society.
Yeah, I mean, when back in the days of the Nazis, you know, they always we read and we remember the children that were euthanized if they had congenital defects. Now the report coming out of Mosul are these children, you know, up to 3 months that are being suffocated, that are given lethal injections and die. These poor children have no chance to even try to provide anything to society. Now, has IS done this before? They have not. We have not heard any reports of them killing children. They have used people with Down syndrome as suicide bombers before they were even called the Islamic State. When they were still Al-Qaeda in Iraq, they did use a teenager with Down syndrome as a suicide bomber.
Well, Annie, is the IS trying to cover this up in any way? Because usually they're very proud of their crimes and they have a lot of media buzz, which they generate. Are they trying to cover this up, or are they justifying this in their own means?
I haven't seen one way or the other if they're covering it up or if they're justifying it. The fatwa was an oral fatwa, so it wasn't even written. I've checked their Twitter feeds, and I've looked on the Telegraph groups, and I haven't seen anything. They've actually been promoting the school children, how the Caliphate Cubs are learning under their rule. So they're not saying anything about killing children.
Yes, a horrifying story. Anna Aronheim, our I-24 News web editor, thank you very much for bringing this to us.